Hello my fellow gamers, Gamer Dude back once again with some good news. So, I've decided not to make this a Just the Facts episode because it's too big just to wait a week, and literally everybody is covering this right now. So by the time I got round to it on Saturday, there'd be no point me doing it because everybody would have already done it. So I'm doing it now while it's fresh in my mind and it's fresh in everybody else's heads. So, Lordy Lord, oh my dear Lord, there is a God after all. The gaming guru or the gaming god or whoever watches over us gamers has finally come through. Yes, as you can tell from the title, The Last of Us Part 2 now finally has a confirmed release date of June the 19th. As well as Ghost of Tsushima, which will follow on the 17th of July. But yeah, this video is not about Ghost of Tsushima. I'm going to do another video on Ghost of Tsushima later this week. This one is about The Last of Us Part 2 and some of the disappointing news I've heard regarding the game. So, apparently, a disgruntled ex-employee has leaked the entire game online, and fans are not happy. Not at the fact that he's leaked the game, but the game in general. There's a lot of people saying that this game isn't going to be worth the money, that they've wasted 7 years of their lives and our lives and built up the suspense for absolutely no reason at all. And that's basically it. You know, it should have just been left at the first game and they've ruined their legacy. So, pre-warning right now, this video may contain some spoilers for the Last of Us Part 2 story, so tune out now if you haven't seen or heard them already. So there are a lot of pissed off fans, and I'm saying pissed off. I know I've been trying to limit language on the channel, but I'm saying pissed off because I am equally as pissed off. I am getting the Ellie edition, so you can imagine that costs a lot of money. And I'm kind of wishing that I would cancel my pre-order, or thinking to cancel my pre-order, that is, because from what I've read, a lot of fans just don't want this game anymore. And it's simply down to the fact that Ellie and Joel aren't the main characters. You don't play as them for most of the game. You will in fact play as a new transgender character. Now, I have no problem with gays, bisexuals, transgenders. Hell, I've got gay and bisexual friends myself, and I think I've even got a transgender friend somewhere as well. So I don't have a problem with that. But what I do have a problem with is the fact that they're shoving it down our throats in a game. It doesn't need to be in a game. And apparently, the main character of the game is a transgender girl who is the daughter of one of the doctors that Joel killed in the first game after rescuing Ellie from the hospital. And, you know, people are a little bit pissed because from the story trailers and all the gameplay trailers they've shown us, they've always featured Ellie as the main character. You know, we've always thought, oh, okay, it follows on from the first game. It's a couple of years later, we're playing as Ellie. She's on some kind of warpath. Joel shows up. We get some flashback missions with this this girl that shows up. We get Ellie's girlfriend, which again I don't have a problem with. But they see Naughty Dog and Sony seem to have left out the most important part. This new character. They've shoved it down our throats for years with the whole Ellie element of the game, and they've left this part out. And a lot of people are saying they've done it deliberately and on purpose to sort of dissuade people away from that whole part of the game. A lot of fans are saying that the game is loosely based around just transgender equality. And no offense, but It's the apocalypse in this world. Who the fuck cares about gays and bisexuals and transgender equality in an apocalypse? I mean, once again, in real life, in real terms, if you are gay, bisexual, or transgender, I have no issues with you guys. It's your body, your life choices. I have no issues with it. Like I've said, I've got friends of that particular background. So please, before you start having a go at me for being, I don't know, some kind of nut or someone who doesn't like those kind of people, please just remember I do have friends in who have that background. So don't bite my head off, please. But the reason I'm talking about this is because I am also pissed off. I mean, I haven't seen any of the gameplay leak. I haven't seen any of the footage that's been going around, because supposedly the entire game has been uploaded to YouTube on a number of different channels. And of course, you can imagine, Sony and Naughty Dog are trying to get these down as soon as possible. I mean, Naughty Dog even posted something. Hang on a minute, I'll just pull it up here, because for the first time doing one of these videos, I'm not actually reading a script. So, Naughty Dog have said, "We know the last few days have been incredibly difficult for you. We feel the same. It's disappointing to see the release and sharing of pre-release footage from development. Do your best to avoid spoilers, and we will ask that you don't spoil it for others. The Last of Us Part 2 will be in your hands soon, no matter what you see and hear. The final experience will be worth it." But will it though? That's what I'm saying. Will it though? I mean, there's one comment here from a guy who says, wait. I didn't even know any of it got leaked. I thought we had only seen the pre-release gameplay footage. Anyway, reading through these comments, I only have this to say. Should I cancel my physical copy pre-order of the game? Seems like people are pissed with the game, and from what I've seen in the comments, Ellie isn't even a main character. Then we've got a couple of other comments. I'm not reading any of the replies, just the main comments. Someone says here, "Nah, the game is a disappointment. Should have paid your staff, then it's your own fault. Thank God I haven't seen any spoilers. The whole Frelling game just got leaked. Man, it sucks for the people that put their soul into the game just for someone to post something on the internet and ruin it for everybody else. Release the damn game. If y'all had stuck to your original release date, everything would have been fine." That I completely agree with. "I already know the full game. Bill returns to get revenge for the magazines Ellie stole." I think that's just a joke. "Don't worry, every game that you made is perfect. Gameplay better make up for it. Just cancel it, preserve the legacy. Y'all better get to work on famous alternative endings that you love to work on. It's really heartbreaking as a fan to see that stuff unwarranted. Can't rush perfection. Where do I get this footage?" It basically goes on like that for quite a while. There's over 60,000 comments on this one post, and it was only posted 13 hours ago. But from what I've seen in the actual trailers myself, the game does look fantastic. You know, visually and graphically, it gives off the whole graphical experience that we want these days. You know, that is moving forward with gaming. I mean, if you take a look at Death Stranding, yeah, the story was super weird for that, and it wasn't the best. But visually and graphically, the game was absolutely beautiful. And it's going to be the same for The Last of Us Part 2. Even if you don't like the story, visually and graphically, the game is still going to be beautiful, and it is still going to be worth buying. Just because some pissed off ex-employee decides that, "Oh, I'm not getting paid enough, I'm going to leak all of this online so everybody else can feel my pain." Well, that's just a dickhead, you know? It's just a dickhead. anyone who gets a game early and gets paid for it should just be happy at that. It's not down to the developers how much he is paid. He's getting early access to this game, which should be enough. I mean, for me, because I'm British, they could say to me, right, we're going to give you the first 5 levels of this game, but you're not allowed to leak anything, you can't tell anybody what's going on, and we're going to pay you 30 quid. I'd be like, yeah, fine. 30 quid's not a lot of money, but at least I get early access to this game and I get to see the first 5 chapters before anybody else. Which is what the pre-testers should be saying. They shouldn't be bothered about how much money they're going to get paid. I mean, we're going through a global pandemic, for God's sake. What could you possibly need with money right now? Everywhere is closed. Why could you possibly need money right now? I mean, well, for paying bills, but that's just a different story. What I mean is, like, indulging yourself with this money, like going out and buying other new games or new clothes, or going to McDonald's or Burger King, which are all closed. So, my point here is, and it's really frustrating for me to talk about this, Naughty Dog should have just left it alone. They shouldn't have given anybody the pre-alpha footage. They shouldn't have given anybody the pre-release game. They should have just left it. They should have tested it themselves and not given it to someone who they weren't going to pay enough money for, who was going to get pissed off about it and then leak the game. I mean, this supposed guy who's leaked the game, he apparently enjoyed it, but he leaked it because he was pissed off over his pay dispute, and now everybody in the fan base is pissed off because it's apparently a pile of shit. And for the sake of my own sanity and deciding whether or not to cancel my own pre-order, I am not looking at any of these gameplay spoilers. I'm just reading the comments, and for now, all I'm going to say is, fuck you guys. Sorry if you've seen the gameplay and you're just going to be like, well, screw you, fuck you as well. I am not going to watch any of the spoilers because I want this game for myself. Yes, I've read the comments, but that is their opinion. Because I haven't seen it, it's not true. It's not happened. It's like in an apocalypse film when somebody dies but you don't see them die, they're not dead. It's that kind of deal. But yeah, guys, do let me know in the comments down below what you think of this. Have you seen any of the spoilers? Have you seen the gameplay? Have you seen the videos that have been circulating around YouTube? What do you think of it? Do you think it is worth buying? Do you think it's not worth it after all this waiting and screwing around with the game's release? Or do you feel like me, saying, fuck everybody else, I'm getting this anyway? But yeah, I'm going to close this episode by saying to my entire community and the entire world, I still hope you're all keeping very well and staying safe. We are all in this together, and we seriously have to adhere to the guidelines the governments of the world have set out for us, or this virus really isn't going to be going away anytime soon, and we're just going to see more postponements, and we're going to get no new games and no new movies. I would also like to pass on my deepest condolences for anyone watching in the future who may have lost a loved one due to this C virus. Yeah, that's it then. I've covered what I wanted to cover. So once again, let me know down in the comments what you guys think. If you are new to the channel and enjoyed this video, make sure you smash that like button and drop me a subscribe. I always sub back to new subscribers, and I do try to view any content you may be producing. So yeah, that being said then, this has been Gamer Dude. Happy gaming, and I will catch y'all in the next one, guys.